Hello, Anna. How are you? ¿Cómo
Happy
estás?
Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's, everybody. For all our friends that are watching our After Hours Real Estate Facebook show, happy Valentine's. I hope you have a wonderful time full of love. And remember something. Oh, this is how I do it. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're not with someone today, right? Or something is happening, or your loved one is far away, or we all going through different stages of our life. You might be having, I don't know, a little fight, or you might be going through separation. Remember, love is all you need, right? Love yourself. That's all you need. That's what I think. And also, you can celebrate love every day of your life, right? It
Mhm,
doesn't have to be only today,
mhm.
right? I had a question right now from actually my son. I hope he's not watching this, right? So he's telling me, "Hi, mom, this I cannot find a place, right? I took too long. I cannot find a place to take my girlfriend, right, for dinner, and I don't think she's feeling very good about it, right? I mean, like
Mhm,
I think she."
mhm.
And then I said, "Baby, you have to explain to her, right? I mean that what it counts is to be together. Maybe you can get something from, something. What is it? Takeout." Right? Go have a picnic, watch a movie, right? Be together, right? That's what love is. It's not
Yeah,
really to be in a restaurant, right?
yeah.
Besides, restaurants are super expensive right now.
Mhm. They're gonna be crowded.
And
Not a
also,
lot of privacy.
well, I don't know about you, Anna, but I mean, I don't like to be in crowds, right? And I don't like to be in big lines, and I
Mhm.
don't know. It gets me a
We
little bit,
usually don't celebrate Valentine's. We celebrate it another day because, like you said, every day should be Valentine's.
right?
It's a man-made, I guess, holiday. It's good
Exactly.
to remember, I guess, love. Love is everything, but you can love your friends, your pets, your husband, your boyfriend, everybody. So yeah, I like what you said.
I
It's
completely agree with you. And of course, just for you to know, we didn't used to think like that, right? I mean,
Mhm.
we kind of like become, I will say, social media consumers, right? So you do believe that we have to do something today, right?
Mhm.
I mean, but I mean, you don't really have to.
It
I think,
doesn't have to be expensive, I guess.
and
You
also
can go for a walk. You can go like the movies. Maybe the movies are not crowded. I don't know.
exactly, that's what I was
Maybe
saying. But he was freaking out, right? He goes, yeah,
cook
relax,
at
right?
home. He can cook her a
Yeah,
sandwich.
something romantic, right? I say a
Yeah.
sandwich or something like that. But I mean,
Something special where she knows that she matters to him.
yes. Like today, guys, I have an eye infection, so look at my eyes. I mean, you cannot see it right now, but
You
I
look beautiful.
I thank you so much, Anita. So I came back from Dallas Saturday night. I went straight to the doctor. I was in a 3 day, live event for real estate brokerage or real estate new digital strategies as a community market leader. So then, as soon as I landed, I cannot see anymore, right? So right now I'm going to the treatment, so no eye makeup. So that's why I'm wearing, lentes.
No, it's good. You can't tell.
Myself. Anita, tell me what's going on, okay? Tell me. I mean, in the world of real estate lending, tell me what happened last Friday.
Last Friday. I know. I don't want to remember last Friday. Well, I can tell you that not last Friday, but they just announced in our company the top five loan officers, and they report in two categories: volume and number of units. And I made number three and number two for the entire company, and we're in many states, so that's pretty awesome for me. A lot of the states are
Congratulations. Anita.
they have bigger volume, like houses are more expensive than here in the valley, so it's good for me and my team because it shows
Of
that
course.
we hustle. We are always working.
We're always there for you guys. And
Yeah,
we try to mastermind, okay? So that's
yeah.
one of the things we learn over there in Dallas. The idea is to surround yourself with people that inspire you and motivate you,
Mhm.
right? And if they're doing wonderful, like Anna is a rock star right here, then if I am a masterminding with her or part of her group, I'm also a rock star. So then
Mhm.
it's very important for you to look, right? And to look around. What are the five closer people into your life? I mean, it can also be personal, right? It can also be into your job, right? But it's so important who you relate with, okay? So
Mhm.
then Anna's a rock star, so I am gonna be a rock star too.
They say that you create that circle of the people of influence, and if there are people that bring you up, there's no way for you but go up because you're
Exactly.
being motivated, you're growing, they're pushing you. So they say that you should always surrender by somebody, like you said, that inspires you.
That
And
inspire you and motivate you, right?
yeah.
And remember another thing that I also learned: ask who, but not how. So let's say you want to become a millionaire, an example, right? Ask who has done that. Surround yourselves with those people. I mean, in your mastermind group, right?
Mhm.
Know how to do it. Okay. So I know it's a little bit deep, but the whole point is masterminding and being together. I also want to share something, right? I got an award, which I haven't posted yet because a lot of things have been going on. But
Mhm.
I sold in within my coaching group, right? I'm in a coaching group that, I mean, it's a national coach, right, in real estate. So I was in the category, I mean, for my category in the valley, I mean, I was one of the top ones, right? I sold 50 plus homes, I mean, within the year. So it
Mhm.
was 25, the 50 plus, and then the 100, right? So my goal is to go higher. But I mean, I'm an only one person, guys, okay?
Mhm.
I mean, I don't have a team. So then for me, that is amazing because I
Mhm.
used to do 10 to 12 at the
Mhm.
most in the
No,
past,
yeah. What
right?
I
So
would say is it's like not about the value because you really have to handhold people. You have to be there for them. It's a big investment. So there's no point in us growing if we're dropping the ball and not answering or whatever.
exactly.
We're always busy, but we will answer the phone or the call or the email as soon as we can. And even though we've been growing you and me together, the clients, the reviews keep being good because we still do a lot of personalization on the treatment and one-on-one. And
Exactly.
that's what's most important.
Exactly. It's a boutique, it's a VIP treatment, and they want to talk to you directly, and that's what we do, right? And remember, you know you're doing well when your clients are referring you, you know, they're repeating, they're reselling, right? And you're retaining that client. So
Mhm.
that's our specialty. Okay, so just for you to know. And
Mhm. But on Friday, you were asking about Friday.
oh yeah,
So
what happened?
Friday,
Guys? Tell
yeah.
us.
So Friday they announced that inflation is the highest in the last 40 years.
Oh my God.
Inflation is the enemy of interest rates. So the higher the inflation, the higher the rates that will be. So as soon as they published that, the market went crazy. Stock market, I don't know if you follow the stock market, was it
Yeah.
crashed kind of. The rates started fluctuating already. It was crazy. Like there was no point in quoting somebody because you would quote them something and within minutes it would be something else.
Oh my
And
God.
then Bank of America came out with a forecast saying that they anticipate 7 rate increases this year. So when they announce that again and more momentum, more just there's a lot of turbulence right now, I guess, in the stock market. So what we're doing with clients is we're educating them what the rates are. We're no longer in the twos. I haven't seen a two in the last week. We're getting some in the high 3.99, but a lot of clients are paying points.
Okay.
Points are they're called discount points. Basically, that is that you buy your interest rate. Let's say that as a lender, I tell you your rate is 4.25. We can also tell you if you spend 1 point, for example, on a loan of 100,000, 1 point will be $1,000. If you spend 1 point, then you can buy a 3.99. So you're buying your rate. You're spending one-time fee, a fee of one time to buy the rate. They're called discount points.
And how much is that, Anna? So let's say I have a interest rate of 4%, an example, right? And I would like to buy my home with a 3% interest rate, right? Because it will help me in the long run. Remember, guys, this is a 30 years, right?
Mhm.
Usually, right? You can also do 15, but right now, let's say 30 years because it's the most normal. I mean, the common one. So then if I want to buy a 3% instead of a 4%, how much money roughly, I mean, I need to have besides my closing costs, down payment, escrow?
So you won't buy that much of a rate. If you're from a four, maybe you will go to a 4.75, 3.3. If you're in a four, maybe you go to a 3.75, 3.5, like half a point. You won't buy up
And
to down to a three. Like
you don't buy complete points. You buy
no,
like,
you pay points. It can be 1 point, half a point, 0.78 of a point.
mm,
It's not like there's no table for it because also it depends on the stock market and the client, the type of loan, the credit score. The main thing right now is the market conditions. But So it fluctuates. So for example, I can tell you, I quoted a customer, and in order for his interest rate to drop about 0.75 of an interest rate, he
Mhm.
had to pay 2 points. So
Okay.
for a loan of 200,000, 2 points is $4,000. It's a lot
Okay.
of money.
It's money. Okay.
So
So
what
then,
I do is I break it down for the customers. I give them the rate that we get today, and then I give them like two or three estimates. This. Where do you want to be? So that they can see how much it affects their monthly payment and that. But we're seeing, I would say, 90%, 95% of the clients are paying points. They want to get a lower rate. So it's just part of educating your customer. We're very transparent. I tell the customer, you're paying points. I don't tell them you're getting a 3% interest rate and on the back end I'm charging them 10,000. No, I tell my clients, I let them know. I give them the information and I make them come up with what they it's good for them, what they prefer for them and their family. Um, a lot of customers are short on cash. A lot of customers don't save money, or they save it, they don't save it in a bank account.
yeah.
So, part of, I guess, pre approving a customer is making sure that they have enough money to close, and everything that goes involved in the closing.
Okay, that's a very good point, and because we've seen recently, right? I'm gonna talk about one case that just happened. So basically, we want to talk about escrowing option, right? And anything having to do with when you're buying a home, what it is that you're responsible for. So we have a client, right? That we found this home, but he did not have. Usually, we go with 1% of the value of the home. So if the home is $200,000, then your escrow will be $2,000 plus $100, which is called termination option. Basically, you're paying $10 for 10 days, okay, to inspect the home and have the right to walk away of this contract. I mean, whenever you, well, obviously before the 10th day, if there's something wrong with the property, or maybe you change your mind, right? It could happen that maybe this is not what you wanted.
Mhm.
So then you're talking about, in order to escrow a contract, once it is accepted, we already negotiated, you need to have a check, I mean, write a check to a title company of the 3,600. And it goes to the name of the property and it goes to the name of the title company. So basically what you're doing is you're giving 3,000, let's say $2,000 on the house. So now you owe 198,000, for example, right? And the $100 is just your right to inspect this property. Of course, if you don't buy the home, I mean, the owner will keep those $100 as a courtesy fee, right? But we're noticing now, right, that some, I mean, obviously, I mean, you don't do this for living, right? And we need to teach you, right? And we know that you need to have some money there, right, for closing costs or down payments. But you also need to be aware that you need to have the escrow money in there and the termination option money plus the inspections money, right? Because those are separate monies, and that is just to begin the process, okay, into getting into a contract with a seller.
Yeah.
So, Anna, what can you tell us about escrow and option? When you discuss with a client, right, with a new buyer, do you guys go into closing costs? Or how do you go about
So basically, what I tell them is, you wanna buy a house of 200,000.
it? Mhm.
Let's say you're going FHA, your down payment is 3.5% of that, which is $7,000. And then I tell them you're gonna have closing cost, depending if they get any discounts for being a hero. But let's say they do get discounts. I'll tell them, okay, your closing costs are $4,000, for example. You're going to need prepaid taxes and insurance. Whenever you close, you need to pay 1 full year of insurance upfront, and then we escrow 3 more months of insurance, 3 more months of taxes. Let's
Mhm.
say $2,500. So then we are at 7,000 plus 4,000. Let's say 11,000 plus another 2,000 of prepaid tax and insurance. We're at $13,000.
Mhm.
Let's say that they bought. Let's say that they paid 2 points to get a lower rate. So now we're at $15,000. So I'll tell
Okay.
them you need $15,000 in your bank, or have a plan for it. So if you don't have it in your bank, is a family member gonna lend you, give you the money? If they
Okay.
say yes, my family member will give me, then we can move forward with the assumption that they're gonna get a gift from a family member. If
Mhm.
they're gonna get money from their 401k, then we get a copy of their 401k statement showing that they can withdraw the $16,000.
Mhm.
Some people are already doing tax returns, so they're saying, okay, I'm gonna get, I have already, you need 13,000, I have already 10,000 in the bank, and I'm getting five. I'll have more than enough in the next 15 days. We can move forward with that. So it just depends on the customer. But we always, if they send me a bank statement showing that they have 2,000, then I ask them, okay, where's the rest of the money coming from? What's the plan? Can we proceed right now to buying a home, or do we need to wait 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, whatever, to save up the money? So
Mhm.
then it's a conversation, a two-way conversation. I ask the question, they have to let me know. We see the options, and then we figure it out. And then I tell the customer, okay, let's say that you need $13,000 in the bank. If you give an earnest money check to the title company, it's a money in good faith, so that the seller does not sell the property. They give you the 30 days to close. So basically, you're putting the money in good faith so that they wait for you. I'm
Mhm.
like, as long as you give it with a check and we have proof that you've given it, we'll give you credit at closing. So let's say that you needed 13, you gave two, then at closing you need 11, the remainder. Um, and I usually typically say you need to give the money within like a day of the contract or the same day. That way they know you're serious and you move on it fast.
Yes.
Um, we assume that if we tell the customer and they have the money, that they'll save the money or they won't spend it. There's no point. We can do the loan, we can do everything, but if you don't have the money, we can't close.
Exactly. So we just had a case like I was mentioning to you. So we give these clients several options, right? I mean, one was to withdraw, kind of like Anna said, from the 401k, right? Or the retirement account, right? That will be one. The other one will be a gift, right? If you're needing some money for closing costs or escrow option, whatever it is to start the process of purchasing. And the third one will be wait until you receive your income tax credit, right? Once you receive your income tax amount, whatever amount that you're gonna keep, now you have some money saved in the account. That way you're ready with some money, right, to start the process. So
Mhm.
for example, in my end, right, I still haven't gone into the lending end, but in my end, if you're presenting an offer, let's say you're a VA, because those are assured loans, right? I mean, and some they don't have to have money, and I think that's where the confusion was. You know, VAs think I don't need to have money in order to present an offer, right? I don't
You
need
don't need a down payment.
exactly. You don't need a down payment, and I
Well,
think
most of them. Sometimes they do. If it's like a second or third VA loan, you may, but most of them don't.
exactly. So then in this case, I'm thinking this client said, I don't need a down payment, so I don't have to have money in my account. So then he acted in good faith, right? Because he wanted to pay some debts. Now, let's talk about that, Anna. How feasible or how would you recommend for anyone, right, client that is buying a home? Is that when you're buying a home, is that a good time for you to pay, let's say, $9,000 on debts that you had?
No. So if we pre-approved you already and we pre-approve you with the debts on your credit, I typically tell my clients, don't pay the accounts whatever you like, the minimum that you require per month. If you decide to pay a big chunk of the account, then
Mhm.
I'm gonna need more paperwork from you. So let's say they had a vehicle and they owe $10,000 and they go and their payments is 500 a month and they go and make a payment of $6,000. So now when my processor refreshes the file, she's gonna see that that debt went from 10,000 to 4,000. My underwriter is going to ask us for proof of where that money came from to pay it down. So now it's like, now I need to show your bank statement where you pay it down, the new balance. If people pay cash, it just opens a line, kind of warrant. We have to explain where the cash came from. So I typically tell customers, just pay what you like, the minimum, or if you decide to pay more because you just don't want to have debt, just be prepared to have the documentation ready.
Okay.
There's sometimes that we tell a customer to qualify for this house, you need to pay off the lax, the furniture. I
Mhm.
usually tell the customer, don't pay it right. If they're gonna wait a few months, I tell them go pay it. But if they're gonna start shopping already and put an offer, I tell them do not pay off the lax. you will have to pay it, but we'll pay it at closing. Because when I pay it at closing, I get a payoff from LAC saying, okay, the payoff is $2,000. I included in the closing CD, in the closing disclosure. So then the title company writes off the check to LACs. Now, by doing that, we ensure that the title company is going to take care of it. So I don't have to prove that LACs was paid. I don't have to update the credit report. I don't have to show where the money came from because it's all going to be done at closing. So it's a lot easier. But it's part of the communication with the client as to what we're going to do on their file.
Yes.
Another thing that people can do to save for money for closing, for example, it's happened to me where I have let's say I had a guy that had a lot of guns. And
Okay.
he's like, and I can sell, I think he had a rifle and a gun. And he like, I can sell a rifle and a gun and have money for closing. In
Okay.
that case, let's say that you have an antique car. Some people have an antique car or something like that. What you need to do if you decide to sell to have money for closing is one, you're gonna have to do a bill of sale. When you sell it, print online, go bill of sale form, print the form, and the new buyer is gonna fill it out, my driver license, my name, whatever. Try to get a check or a transfer from bank to bank so that we can see that the person on the bill of sale is the one depositing money. Try not to get cash.
I see.
Maybe a money order or just
Catch a
Apple
check.
Pay or something like that where we can document it. The other thing that we need is like an appraisal for
For the what you
thing that you're selling.
sold.
So if it's a rifle, we'll go online and say how much are I don't know, a rifle, this
This,
Magnum, whatever.
this.
And or if it's a car, we'll go like into the Kelly Blue Book and say a car with this many miles, with this make, with this model, should cost this. So whatever you're selling should be kind of in line with what the property is worth. You cannot say that the rifle is worth 1,000 and all of a sudden you sold it for 10,000. They're not gonna believe us. But
No.
we've done that in the past where people sell stuff to have money.
Okay, that's a very good option, eh? I mean, the thing about and the bill of sale is supposed to. I mean, it should be simple,
Yeah, it
right?
should be simple. Mhm.
Be an appraisal. So then you can sell something that you have of value. In this case, the example that Anna gave us, if you have guns, I mean, you can sell one of them, right? Or both or whatever,
Mhm.
right? Get some money for closing costs. Or you
Just
have
document it. Motorcycles are
motorcycles,
also RVs.
RVs, collectible vehicles. Maybe you have a second or third car that is just there that your son left to college, and now you have a car that is parked. I have one right now, and that you don't need it, right? So then why don't you get the money,
Mhm.
right, and use it for closing costs? There will be something else that is another tip for you to do. I mean, to avoid this kind of situations, and also for you to be ready, because remember, this show is to educate you, right? For you to get tips to be ready to purchase a home, right? You're getting the tips. Like right now, if what is stopping you is, another thing that I always get, Anna, do I need to have, I'm waiting because I'm saving 20% down payment because someone told them, right, that I needed 20% in order to buy a home. So what can you tell us about that? I mean, that's another myth.
It's not required to, if you're buying a primary home, it's not required to have 20% unless you
Mhm.
don't qualify for the amount you want. And the only way to qualify is to give 20%. Then that's specific to your situation, but
Exactly.
not for all buyers. So no, it's not required. It's an
And for
advantage, of course,
any
if you
firm,
have 20%,
they
but
all
it's not
think
required.
percent. I don't know why. I don't know where they got that from, right?
Mhm,
Because they haven't talked to a lender. They
mhm,
don't know what loan they will qualify. So
mhm.
then they just tell me, oh no, I'm saving because I need to have 20% in order to buy a
Yeah,
home. And they go,
yeah.
how do you know? They go, have you talked to an expert? They go,
Mhm.
I'm not sure that you might need that amount. Now, exactly how you just saying, Anita, it depends on your situation. It depends on what kind of loan, right? And what else, Anita? Your situation, your income, your credit.
Yeah, let's say that you want a specific loan and the only way to qualify is to give 20%, then that's because of that loan amount. But you would qualify for a lesser loan amount with a lower down payment if you want.
Exactly. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Usually, when we tell clients 20 to 25%, it's usually conventional loans and they're trying to get an investment property. They already have a primary, right? And they're trying to buy apartments, a condo on the island, an Airbnb property, whatever, right, to rent. That's when you need to show that you have some money, correct?
Yeah,
Because
well, you can, if you buy a primary or secondary, you can choose to give 20%. When you go conventional and give 20%, you don't have mortgage insurance, which is a monthly fee of your payment. So a
okay,
lot of people, some people decide to do that. It's just because it's gonna make your payment more comfortable. It's gonna make a lower payment, but it's not a requirement. That's kind of like a preference.
okay, Anita, I don't know if it is my eye, but I see you a little bit blurry. Is it my eye? I,
Maybe.
it's kind of very blurry. The
Let me
picture of you.
clean my camera.
Probably is. It just starts showing like maybe it's
Is
like
that better? Maybe it's the
it's better.
connection.
Yeah, it could be the connection. It's just a little bit blurry, but I mean that's good. It's not
Okay.
my eye, guys. It's not my eye. Okay. So those tips are very good. So please stop thinking about 20%. Talk to a professional first, right? And I will say, I mean, in my experience, I don't know, Anita, correct me also. I mean, I think if your plan or your goal for 2022 is to buy a home, right? What I will advise you to do, Anna's here listening to me, is talk to a professional first. I mean, don't go by because my mother said, or my uncle, my friend, my remember, there were other all situations are different. I mean, if his
Mhm.
situation worked that way with a 20% down payment, that doesn't mean that it's gonna be your same situation because it's all about what are you buying, right? What kind of loan do you qualify? What income do you have? What credit do you have? So try to talk to an expert first. And Anita is always available. You know where to find us. So then you can always say, hey, I have a question. Don't be shy. We're here to help you. And we can guide you. That way you start becoming ready. If it is not now, it's going to be in a 2 month, in a 3 month period. It all depends.
Yeah, the only way you're gonna find out where you stand is by getting a scenario going, and don't feel shy that I know I'm not gonna qualify. So why? Well, just talk to us. We'll put a plan in place. Okay, you
Mhm.
don't qualify for the amount you want, but pay off Lax, pay off Best Buy, pay off Home Depot, and once you do that, you should qualify. Make sure you have this much money in the bank.
Mhm.
That way you have a plan in place, and then you can you we will ask you how long do you think it's gonna take you to do that. Every person is different. Some people may say I can do it right now. Some people may say give me 5 months. Okay, we'll give you 5 months. We'll be back with you in 5 months, and let us know if anything changes.
Yes, but definitely ask questions, ask the right questions. And when we guide you to a lender, because I had other clients, beautiful clients, that have been thinking about this, but they're being guided by family members that
Mhm.
they do not do this for living. They're not updated with the currency policies, right? I mean, they don't know what's going on, and they just tell you what happened to them many years ago,
Mhm.
right? I mean, the industry in real estate and lending keeps changing daily. I mean, that's what is the truth, right? That's
I,
what
I
we do.
I
Keep
had a customer again today. I called and I said, "Hey, I got your lead. I'm buying leads right now in Zillow. I'm trying it out. It's the first month that I do it." And I said, I got your lead from Zillow. I noticed that you like this house. It wasn't far, I believe. And I said, you have any questions about the house? And then he asked me like how many bedrooms, bath, and that. And then I said, do you need financing? Are you gonna buy in cash? And he's like, no, I'll need financing. And I'm like, well, do you want to start like talking so that we can make sure that you qualify? I'll give you a pre-approval letter. That way you can start shopping at homes. And he's like, no, I don't need any of that. I need to find the house first and then qualify. And then I explained to him the reason why everybody's gonna ask you for a pre-approval is because things are selling super fast. Probably within a week,
Mhm.
things are already under contract or multiple offer situation. I'm like, so most realtors are not gonna pay attention if you're not pre-approved because there's no point in showing you houses because by the time you come back, the house is already under contract from
Correct.
one night to the next.
Yes.
And so he was a little upset. He's like, I bought houses before. I could always go see them. I never needed a pre approval. I'm like, that's correct. But things have changed.
Exactly. It's a different market. What it used to be in the past is not now. And really, I mean, I think you just have to be open, right? Let us guide you. I mean, if we tell you, if you're serious, but then again, Anita, if someone gets upset, I will think he's not very serious about
Well,
taking
what I think is he's gonna go and probably find
any
out that it was true that the houses are selling fast. So now he's gonna say, okay, I need to do it. So he sometimes you need to learn by
exactly.
by
Sometimes
doing it. So
and sometimes that's the way that we are, right? Human nature. You want to prove it for yourself, and even
mhm,
if you're wasting time, right? I mean, you still say, "Well, let me try it," right?
mhm,
Let's wait. So
mhm,
then, yes, it's very important that you guys know, right, that you need to be ready and prepare. And of course, we're gonna push you to do anything, but remember, we're here to help you make this process a lot faster and smoother for you to have like a great experience.
yes,
So listen to us a little bit.
a
And
little bit.
a little bit. And remember one thing, another thing that I learned, right? Money likes speed, which means we need to pay for the speeding of the process. Okay. I'm not saying that you're gonna pay us to give us consultation, but I mean you need to talk to an expert, right? And you need to talk to an expert that way you can speed things up, right? And money like speed in this case, stop renting, let's say, for example, right? And buy your property, but allow us to guide you, right? I
Mhm,
mean, get expertise at your side. It's kind
mhm,
of like a mastermind grouping, no? I mean, have the
mhm.
people on your side.
I
Uh,
had I put a post of a house online and a guy commented, yeah, the house is cheap, but the taxes are super expensive in Texas. I guess he's not from here. And I say, taxes are actually not bad for this house. I'm like, they're, because I looked them up, I'm like, they're pretty good.
yes,
And then he's like, no, he kept going. And I'm like, if you're looking for excuses not to buy a house, then I guess you found one. And he's
exactly.
like, no, I'll just rent. I don't want to pay taxes. And I'm like, guess what? You are paying taxes, just not yours. You're paying your landlord taxes.
Exactly.
He didn't comment after that, but it's like, you are paying taxes. So
Definitely.
don't let people, I guess, make excuses as to why you shouldn't buy a home. Real estate is a good investment. We have properties, Iris and I, that we rent. So we are not saying real estate is good, and we're showing like we're doing ourselves.
Yeah,
We're buying houses. We're
we eat our
investing.
whatever we tell you guys, we've done it, right? So
Mhm.
then we're eating our own, what is it, dog food or something like that, is said, right? Drink the Kool-Aid, okay?
Mhm.
Drink the Kool-Aid. I mean, we've done it. We're telling you because it works. Exactly. I'm drinking this Kool-Aid for a little bit of energy.
I
So,
did red for Valentine's.
woo! Going, guys. Like today, I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna cancel the show. I even told Anna, I'm not gonna do this. I don't feel like I'm gonna do this with my eye, and I was not feeling well. But
You
then
look good.
then I said, you know what? So what? I mean, just do it. Why? Because we love what we do and we want to continue helping you. And we want to be here as much as possible to give you all the tips that you need.
And
And
we're
you,
human.
yes, and we're human, right? And you know where to find us, okay? This is Iris Heredia with Momentum Realty. And we have here Ana Cabrales with Cabrales Mortgage. Please let us know if you need anything. And thank you so much for watching the
Happy
channel.
Valentine's,
Happy
everybody.
Valentine's Day. Enjoy. Love you.
Yes.
Love you. Bye bye.
Bye.